Coolmore Stud has a rich history in Australia, complemented by its international successes. And when you look at the stallion power and the outright physical types on offer in the Easter catalogue, you can see their success is guaranteed for generations to come. One of the highlights, Tom, of course, of the Inglis Easter Yearling Sale preview is to come here to Coolmore, Australia. You've had 5 Group 1 graduates off this farm just last year, and so exciting to see the fabulous filly learning to fly, one of the top 2-year-olds of the season, who's from generations of Coolmore products.
Yeah, it's a wonderful Coolmore family, and from day one, learning to fly as a foal was an absolute standout. She was a queen. The word gets thrown around a lot, but she was impeccable. You could not fault her the whole way through, and you can see that now under saddle. She's an absolute beauty, and it's something that runs in the family. It's a great family, and we just can't have enough of it. To have the progeny of our stallions excelling in these feature races throughout Australia and New Zealand at this time of the year is incredible, and this is what we do it for.
Well, we start here for 2023, lot 389 by Piero from Subtitle. The dam's by Fastnet Rock. This is the full brother to Rock, who won the Newcastle Cameron Handicap twice. A tough horse. He was third in the Cantala Stakes and a stack of other great group placings. And as we mentioned, Piero's doing such a great job as well.
Yeah, he's a great stallion, Piero. He's already had 7 individual Group 1 winners, and this horse, as you said, is a full brother to Rock, who's incredibly tough. He himself looks incredibly tough too, so we hope that he can follow in the footsteps of his full brother. It's a well-known fact that Piero nicks incredibly well with mares by Sons of Danehill. He's produced 17 stakes winners and 5 Group 1 winners out of mares by Sons of Danehill. And Fastnet Rock himself is an elite broodmare sire with 7 individual Group 1 winners as a broodmare sire, and we feature 3 of our yearlings here today out of Fastnet Rock mares, so really you can't have enough of them.
Next is another colt, lot 142 by Justify from Formality. We know Justify, the sire of Learning to Fly in particular, getting the 2-year-olds out and running, which is really quite fascinating, isn't it? Because there's so much more upside for the Justifiers. But Formality, the dam, a multiple group winner as well by Fastnet Rock. He's a leggy boy, really good sort of swinging action, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Formality herself was a graduate of our Easter draft a number of years ago and went on to be a very high-class racehorse, Group 1 placed at 2 and 3. This particular colt looks exactly like what he should, being by Justify out of such a fast and precocious Fastnet Rock mare in Formality, notably bred on the same Justify Fastnet Rock cross as Learning to Fly. So he's got a lot going for him. He's incredibly strong. He's got quality, he's a good mover, so he should be on all the lists when he gets to the sales in a few weeks' time.
Lot 261 is by Justify from Nikita Jane, another colt here. Justify, you know, as we've mentioned, the unbeaten Triple Crown winner in the US and sire of Learning to Fly. The dam by Your Own So You Think, who of course as a stallion was runner-up in last year's Champion Sire title in Australia. She not only won the Group 1 Surround Stakes, but also the Light Fingers, and was third in a Randwick Guineas against the boys, and is a first foal. This particular colt, really good, solid-bodied sort of boy, isn't he?
Yeah, well, obviously she was a top-class race mare. When you go and source mares like this, top-class mares to support Justify with in his first seasons at stud, you can't wish for too much of a better first foal when you pay big money for these type of mares. So it's a great reward for Coolmore and our partners in this mare to be presenting a top-class colt like this at the sales with the first foal. He's got a lot of Justify in him. He's made an incredible start with 7 stakes-winning 2-year-olds already, and you would expect them to continue on. So we really look forward to following Justify into the future, because he looks like a very important stallion.
Lot 117, I was dying to see this filly by Piero from Ennis Hill, of course, the half-sister to Learning to Fly. Piero, as we mentioned, he was a champion 2-year-old himself, but he can throw Group 1 winners that get out in trip. This girl knows what she wants, doesn't she? She's a really pretty girl, but she's so forward, isn't she? Just like her big sister.
Yeah, half-sister to Learning to Fly, who's taken all before her in her 2-year-old season by Piero. So once again, bred on that Piero Danehill cross. But you can throw that all out the window when you look at the dam side. Like, it's an incredible page. It's one of the best families in Australia. Piero's a top-class stallion. Ennis Hill, potentially one of the best broodmares in Australia. This particular filly has been a standout since the day that she was born. while Pierrots are known to continue to get better in time, this is an incredible 2-year-old family. Acrobat was a pre-Christmas 2-year-old stakes winner. Ennis Hill was a group winning 2-year-old very early in the season. Lake Geneva was placed in both the Blue Diamond and the Golden Slipper, and this is the type of filly that's going to get up and running early, and she's going to be a real talking horse when we get to the sale. Pierrot is capable of getting top class 2-year-olds, as we saw with Paris Dior, who won the Percy Sykes last season, and we think back to Tulip, who was also placed in the Golden Slipper from Pierrot's first crop. This is the type of filly that could emulate those fillies and perform at the top level at 2 and then train on.
Lot 337 is a filly by Fastnet Rock from Savvy Cope as agent for Morning Rise Stud. The dam was a champion New Zealand filly. She won the New Zealand Oaks, the Livermore Classic. We know Savabeel, her sire, is a champion broodmare sire. Family of Probabeel and so many other Group 1 performers, including the Flight Stakes winner Never Been Kissed. A really relaxed, good action on this filly, and such a great Fastnet Rock attitude about her too.
It's an incredible fillies family, this one. She's a mare who is tailor-made for Fastnet Rock, top-class Savabeel mare. Savabeel mares, when paired with Fastnet Rock, have been 50% stakes horses to runners. And more broadly, Fastnet Rock over Zabeel has produced fillies like Atlantic Jewel and Avon Taj, 2 of his best horses ever. So this is a great mating that we believe. She's going to be on everyone's list at the sales. She's a great mover. She's got everything you wish for in a Fastnet Rock filly, and everyone wants a Fastnet Rock filly, so we expect her to be very well supported at the sale.
And finally, lot 180, another yearling by Justify. This is a filly from Invincibella. Now, she was a 12-time winner by I Am Invincible, of course, champion Australian sire. She was a Group 1 winner of the Tats Tiara. She won the Shirako, the Blazer, the Dane Ripper twice. What a star mare she was for Denise Martin and Star Thoroughbreds. And this is the first foal for Invincibella, a really refined sort of filly with a lot of quality.
Yeah, once again, a top-class first foal out of a top-class race mare. She won 5 group races and a Group 1 winner and over $3 million in prize money, so she was a top-class race mare, very sound, and she was able to sustain that over a number of seasons. She herself is by I'm Invincible, out of a Galileo mare, out of a Zabeel mare, so it's great sire power there, and a Justify filly. We've already seen how well his fillies can do, not only here, but in Europe and in America as well. So, yeah, we couldn't have hoped for much more. She's a beautiful filly, great deep girth, really athletic. She's all quality, big hip and hind quarter on her, so we expect her to sell extremely well, and we can't wait to offer her.
Well, I think a lot of people can't wait to see these Coolmore yearlings for the Inglis Easter yearling sale. I guess it's a, you know, it's a huge effort that goes into getting these horses down to Easter, down to Riverside for what is, you know, a sale that attracts the best buyers, the biggest breeders, and the most successful owners from around the world.
Yeah, it's a week that we looked forward to every year. Quality horses on offer with great pedigrees. You don't necessarily need to go there and buy a big ticket item to get yourself a top class racehorse. From the Coolmore draft alone, we've offered horses at incredibly good value over the last few years. Horses like Catchy, Pinot, Quick Thinker, Rocher Clock, Persan, all top class racehorses that were sold through their various Inglis Easter sales for less than the sale average. So you don't have to go there and spend $1 million. You can go there and spend a realistic number and buy a horse with a top class pedigree that can go on and win big races for you.